Welcome to 168 Sunrise Place on Salt Spring Island. This is a beautiful modern rancher built in 2018 and of approximately 1,500 square feet. We're on a 3.65 acre lot with great privacy, lots of access to hiking trails, and close proximity to Ganges and Fulford Village. Well, I'll get started on a full video tour of this house and property. It is September 24th at 2:30 p.m. as I get started with this video tour. As I mentioned, this house was built in 2018. It was local contractors, Village Builders, at the time Green City Builders, that built this house. And there are quite a few efficiencies considered when building it. We have a insulated concrete foundation, triple pane windows, and a heat pump for heating and cooling. It's very bright and open. We have 4 large skylights in this living area and dining space. Quite a lot of closets throughout the house with storage. Really well thought through. Beautiful valley views of Cranberry Valley. And both of the main bedrooms have a large closet space set up to kind of nicely hide your clutter and computers and such. Or it could be as well just large closets. Got a nice deep soaker tub with beautiful natural light coming in to this bathroom. That's east facing that way and south facing this way. I'll come back to the mudroom, laundry room there in a moment. We've got a recently installed propane furnace that works during power outages. And a similar closet, just not quite as deep as the other bedroom here as well, although it does bump out after the built-in bookshelf in the corner. There's also wiring here for a television connection. Pocket lighting throughout the house in the vaulted ceiling. And here we have the den, or could be a smaller third bedroom. There is not a closet in this room, but it does actually have an exterior door. So adjacent here to the main entry of the house, we have the separate entrance. So this could ideally be used as a small office space, hypothetically meeting with clients without directly accessing the house. And then you also have a door into the second bathroom. Could easily be a den or guest bedroom with a fold-out bed or a Murphy bed even perhaps on that wall. Coat closet here at the entryway. Bit of hallway, and then great to have this covered space here. KitchenAid double door fridge and stove, and Miele dishwasher, as well as washer and dryer in the laundry room, which I will head to now. We have the larger Rheem hot water tank, a little bit of storage above. Wonderful to have a nice wash basin in the laundry room. 200 amp electrical connection and access here, interior access only to the crawl space. And then this nice back porch here. We've got an engineered maple flooring throughout. It's one of the thicker products that could be refinished down the road, but it has a commercial grade finish on it that makes it very tough. Quartz countertops and a IKEA cabinet system, the section system. Well, I will put down the camera for a moment while I open up the access to the crawl space to give you a look down there. All right, well, it's 4 feet tall throughout the entire crawl space, which goes across the entire length of the house. You can see we've got these insulated foam walls around the perimeter. They effectively create the form into which the concrete is poured. And lots of space down here just to store your luggage or fans in the wintertime. Got this stunning flagstone walkway down to the parking area. I'll start now going over to the back patio. So here, of course, is the modern heat pump. This is one of the units that's good into negative temperatures. And we've got some garbage and recycling storage here. Big spigot going to, we've got some drip irrigation, of course, throughout the landscaped areas. It's a nice path going up, but then also a beautiful seating area around the corner here. These are all roses on the side of the house. This is the eastern side. Beautiful seating area with morning sun here with the little water feature. This actual fountain, I believe, is excluded, but would be easy to be replaced. And a nice little couch here looking into the Cranberry Valley. Well, this subdivision, the Vastu subdivision, is part of a Bearland strata, and it's quite a nice development with buried electrical lines, so there's no power poles along the road. It also has some parkland that is technically common property, and that is accessible a couple ways. One through the hiking trail here at the top of the property, although it does cross briefly over the neighbor's property, and then also from the corner at Sunrise Place and Blackburn Road. This is just a deer fence here. It doesn't represent the property boundaries. This path here leads right down to the little workshop. That's where the well is located, and also there's a bit of storage. It's a square property predominantly, and it's kind of in a diamond orientation when looking northeast southwest. So we are going up to the kind of eastern corner of the property. We've got this great hiking trail along here. But I'll just go right up to the actual property pin in the corner. Which is right here. So this is one corner. The property boundary heads down that way, and then again kind of across that way. Property's full of these big, beautiful maple trees, as well as a mixture of cedar and fir. There's lots of nice ornamentals throughout the garden and landscaping. So this little trail here that we're on goes parallel to the southern property boundary, which is about 20 meters into the forest that way. You can actually see the workshop roof through the forest there. Of course, the property boundary does line up pretty close to the back of the little workshop there. So this here is approximately the line of the western boundary. The actual pin is up in the forest that way, approximately 30 meters. And again, approximately 30 meters this way, we get to the common property park land. Nice views into the Cranberry Valley through there. right, so here we are at the little workshop. There's an EV charger, the well, some additional storage, and some compost bins, and lots of additional parking just over there. So we've got a strong well here. Some of the neighboring wells are even stronger, artesian wells. They're up higher though. Certainly not impossible to drill another well, but the owners have found this one to be plenty sufficient. And all of the water infrastructure is in this little shed here. We've got sand filtration, particle filtration, and UV disinfection. We've got a sub panel here, some more storage, and there's a cute little loft up above here as well, and some windows. It's all on concrete footing here, slab. And this building adds some nice privacy to the neighbors. They've also got a shed behind this, and then their house is behind the shed. There's some double canoe or kayak storage here, and some additional covered storage that's under the overhang. We've got a spigot on the outside. This is the EV charger here, and another little utility shed. And the property here slopes down all the way to the road. Property is RW1 zoned, Rural Watershed 1. We've got proximity, of course, to Blackburn Lake. That zoning does allow for roughly 750 some square feet of accessory buildings. So think garage, workshop, studio, that kind of thing. The way square footage is measured is a little bit complicated as well. So there are ways to typically build something slightly larger than that. This zone right here could be ideal for a detached garage. Anyway, lots of options in the zoning for additional accessory buildings. We've got irrigation, of course, all the way along this parking area here. And this here is the lower section of that nice flagstone walkway all the way up to the house. This area, of course, is all fenced with an automatic gate at the bottom. We've got some beautiful Japanese maples here within the ferns. A bunch of ocean spray, and there's some thimbleberries growing wildly outside of the fenced area as well. Just on my left here is the septic field. I've just actually walked past the septic tanks. These are the lids for the tanks here. That's probably, I imagine the distribution box is down in the field. It's probably the outflow, I imagine. Of course, we have all buried electrical, but we have a service box then, rather than a power pole. Nice sunny shot of the house from below. I don't think the automatic gate will open for me, but of course it has a magnet in the driveway. So if you drive up with a car, it will just automatically open. And same, of course, on this side. So the property boundary ends right around here. I'm not sure there's any pin, but it does end before we get to this junction here in the driveway. So there is an easement over this neighboring property for this portion of the driveway. And here we have the main roadside electrical box. Some nice stonework surrounding it. And here we are on Sunrise Place. So the other access point to the common property parkland is at the end of Sunrise Place. And there's actually a beautiful hiking trail that goes along the river that flows through the Cranberry Valley and all the way to Blackburn Lake. And that's on the Salt Springs Center of Yoga property. But they welcome folks to walk along that path, so long as they are respectful and don't leave anything behind. But lots of great hiking around this area. And currently there is a road construction project that's limiting the ability to turn right onto Blackburn Road and go to the yoga center by car, or to drive quickly to Fulford Village. I understand that because it's a salmon-bearing stream, that work is scheduled to be done in September 2026. Well, that's the end of the tour for 168 Sunrise Place. Thanks so much for watching, and do reach out if you have any questions.